Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Miss.
Okay, today we're going to start evaluation. I'll open the education first.
Okay, please. Okay. So, what does the stranger words mean? It means someone we don't know. Why should we be careful to the strangers? Because we never know their intentions. And then scroll up. Oh, I see. Okay. A stranger asks you for a help while you are on the bus, but you feel uncomfortable. What is the best thing to do and why? Ask the bus driver for help, miss. And then, if a stranger talks to you while you are on the bus, what should you do? Ask an adult nearby for help. Next, Duncan was happy because there were no children picking its flower in that day. Next, the plant that has sap which causes itching is Duncan and Oleander. A boy almost got poisoned by chewing the stem of oleander, miss. The fruit of the pompon tree are dangerous because they can poison anyone who eats them. Why is the oleander plant dangerous to children? Because the sap and the stem has poison on it, so they will be poisoning everyone who eats them. What did Periwinkle and Almanda say? They can kill people who eat them.
Okay, Matt.
Math. Okay. Which of the following is equivalent to fraction 2/3? The answer is 4/6. What does it mean when two fractions are equivalent? It means they show the same amount. Which of these pairs of fractions are equivalent? It is 2/3 and 6/9. Next, if you multiply the numerator and denominator of 2/3 by 5, what is the equivalent fraction? The equivalent fraction will be 10/15. Which of these is not equivalent to 2/3? That is 6/8. Compare the fraction which is the greater 3/4 or 2/3. It is 3/4. Next, write this fraction in order from smallest to largest. So the smallest is 1/2 first, and then 2/3, and then 3/4. Find the fraction that was equivalent to 2/3. 4/6. 4/6, and then which is smaller? The smaller one is 5/6.
Is it only 4/6?
Yeah, miss?
Is it only 4/6?
4/6 can be 6/9. And then write two fractions that are equivalent to 1/2. It's already. Oh, which is smaller, 5/8 or 3/4? It is 5/8. Next, compare is 3/5 bigger 2/3. So the answer is no, miss. Order this fraction from the largest to smallest. The largest in here is 5/6, and then 3/4 and 1/2.
So how will the students know that 3/4 larger or smaller than 2/6, like number 11? How will they know it?
Like this one. Can I have the...
Yes.
Okay, so when...
What is that one?
Which one?
The red.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3/5. This is right. So when how do they know? They need to times means. For example, 3, sorry, how to erase this one? Okay, so 2.
Wait. Okay.
2 over 3 equals 2 times 5. Times we get from the denominator in here. Okay, so next per 3 times 5 equals 2 times 5 equal 10 per 3 times 5 equal 15. So 2 over 3 can be 10 over 15 means. So this is, of course, this is the largest. We use equivalent in here. Fraction equivalent. Pecahan sama rata, miss.
Can you make it simpler?
Yes.
How? I haven't got. 2 over 3 equals 2 times 5.
The denominator of 3 over 5 is the same 5. We cannot change, but for this we can make it bigger, miss, like this. By times 5. Like
So 3 times 5. It wasn't clear. Okay, then we move to the next. English.
Where is Spain located? Spain located in Europe. And then, what is the capital city of Spain? It is Madrid. Which two famous soccer teams are from Spain? The Real Madrid and Barcelona. Who was a famous painter from Spain is Picasso. And then, the most iconic thing in Singapore is the Mariana. Vacation is a time for relaxing. Barcelona is a city in Spain that is located by the ocean. The mountains in the Spain are in the north next to the France. How did both of this question they answer by their experience, miss, when traveling? Next, science. What is fossils? Fossils is a piece of remaining ancient living things. And then, which of the following materials is used for shaping object? It is clay. Resin is the best described as sticky tree sap that hardens. Most fossils are formed when remains are buried under layers of sand, mud, and small rocks. And then most fossils are formed when remains are buried under layers of, this one is the same. And then impression like footprints can become fossils when solid or sand becomes hard over time. Resin is a sticky substance released by trees.
Short answer question number 9.
So answer question. How are fossils are formed? Fossils are formed when it buried under the mud and then sand and the rocks, miss. And after a long time, it will become hard. It will become a stone and make a fossil, and become a fossil. What can scientists learn by studying? Scientists can learn by studying by studying fossils, like knowing what do ancient animals eat, what do they do for survive, something like this. Okay, next. Give an example of fossil that has been found on the earth. A dinosaur fossil.
What is the answer?
Dinosaur fossil.
Okay, computer.
What does the halt button do in the logo? It is stops the last comment immediately. And then, Which button helps you find mistake in the logo? It is trace. What does the pause button allows you to do? Temporarily stop a comment to check and correct it.
Number 1, short answer.
Number 1, short answer. Where do you can see a turtle in the MSW logo? In the middle of the driving area. And then why is the turtle in the MSW logo called as a pen? Because it can draw lines.
Matematika.
Yes? Matematika. Nah, apa arti dari mengelompokkan? Mengelompokkan artinya menyatukan berdasarkan jenis dan ciri, Miss. Kegiatan melihat dan mencatat sesuatu dengan teliti disebut mengamati. Setelah mengamati suatu benda atau kejadian, kita perlu mencatat data yang didapat. Untuk apa tabel digunakan dalam penyajian data? Untuk menyajikan informasi secara teratur dan mudah dibaca. Siapa yang membaca buku paling banyak dan berapa selisihnya dengan yang paling sedikit? Siti, Miss, selisih 3 buku.
Kenapa jawabannya Siti selisih 3 buku? Mana?
Ya, Miss.
Mana datanya?
Kenapa, Miss?
Datanya mana?
Siapa yang membaca buku paling banyak dan berapa selisih yang paling sedikit? Oh, yang hapus perasaan, Miss. Datanya. Oh, yang datanya. So, nanti saya revisi lagi, Miss. Saya ulang. Soal nomor 5.
Oke, next.
Dalam tabel, jumlah kelereng yang dimiliki siswa adalah 5, 3, dan 7. Berapa jumlah kelereng mereka? Mereka memiliki 15 kelereng. Lani punya 8 pensil, ia memberi pensil kepada Tia. Berapa pensil yang tersisa? 5 pensil. Dalam sebuah grafik, jumlah siswa yang suka es krim vanila 6 orang, coklat 4 orang, dan strawberry 5 orang. Berapa selisih antara rasa vanila dan rasa coklat? Jadi selisih antara vanila dan coklat adalah 2 orang, Miss. Lanjut. Data menunjukkan jumlah buah yang dibawa siswa. Ada 4 apel, 6 jeruk, dan pisang 2. Buah apa yang paling sedikit dibawa? Buah pisang yang paling sedikit dibawa oleh siswa. Ada 10 siswa, 3 suka menggambar, 4 suka menyanyi, dan sisanya suka menari. Berapa siswa yang suka menari? 3 siswa, Miss. Data pengunjung perpustakaan selama 3 hari. Hari Senin 12 orang, hari Selasa 8 orang, dan hari Rabu 10 orang. Hari apa yang paling banyak pengunjungnya? Hari Senin. Siti mencatat tanaman selama 3 minggu. Minggu pertama ada 10, panjangnya 10 cm, minggu kedua 15 cm, dan minggu ketiga 20 cm. Berapa kenaikan tinggi tanaman dari minggu pertama ke minggu ketiga? 10 cm, Miss.
Oke, IPAS. Jawaban pendek. Apa perbedaan peta dan atlas?
Oke. Nah, jika peta adalah menunjukkan gambar permukaan bumi, Miss. Secara 1 lembar atau 1 tampilan, Miss. Sedangkan atlas mengumpulkan beberapa peta provinsi yang dijadikan dalam 1 buku, Miss.
Next.
Lanjut. Siapa saja pemimpin daerah tempat tinggal Aden dari tingkat provinsi sampai tingkat RT? Yang memimpin grup provinsi adalah
Aden itu di mana?
Ya, Miss.
Aden.
Di Gorontalo, Miss.
Aden ini tempat gitu.
Ya, Miss. Kenapa?
Tempat tinggal Aden. Aden ini nama atau apa ini?
Nama, Miss.
Nama orang. Tempatnya di mana? Tempat tinggal Gorontalo.
Iya.
Ya, jadi siapa saja pemimpin daerahnya?
Nah, provinsinya yang memimpin gubernur, kota dan kabupatennya yang memimpin wali kota dan bupati. Kalau kecamatannya yang memimpin camat, kelurahan dan desa yang memimpin lurah dan kepala desa, dan lingkungan yang memimpin ketua RT, Miss. Apa fungsi dari legenda peta? Legenda peta berfungsi untuk menjelaskan simbol-simbol yang ada pada peta, Miss. Lani melihat sebuah peta provinsi yang memiliki gambar kecil di sudutnya dan yang menunjukkan letak kota Jakarta Selatan secara lebih rinci. Apa nama bagian peta tersebut dan apa fungsinya? Nama bagian tersebut adalah insert peta, Miss. Fungsinya untuk melihat detail pada peta.
Okay, science. Fossil.
Yeah, fossil.
Okay, please explain this about fossil.
Okay. Okay, what are fossil? Fossil can be like ancient animals that have been extinct. For example, like dinosaur, we cannot see them anymore, and they do not live in this earth anymore, miss. But we can still find the fossil of them, and scientists still can be learned of the dinosaur, of what they're eating, how they sound like, how they look like, by learning about their fossils, like testing DNA miss, about the dinosaur. Now, fossil also can be as a leaf. For example, when we are press the leaf in the clay will be impressed the shape, and a clay when it's dried, it will keep their shape and becoming a fossil. So in that clay, there's also will be a shape of the leaf miss. They will become hardened for a long time. Um, and then they also most fossils are formed when remains of animals or plants are buried under many layers of small rocks, sand, and mud. So, and here we know that ancient fossils are formed when they are buried in the mud, sand, and small rocks mix. So that's when we are dripping the hole, when the miners want to dripping the hole, they can suddenly find the fossil of the animals and give it to the scientists, so that they can learn and organize the fossil, so that the scientists can be compare each other by based on their shape and the types.
Okay. Okay, this one, yeah.
We have finished, miss, actually, because review today.
It's okay. Please explain this, miss. The title is okay. MSW logo, yes.
Okay, MSW logo. So in this chapter, we just explain about the introduction, like how to start, how to install the program. So,
So how to start the
okay,
MSW logo?
okay, to
No,
start
no, no.
the
I asked that first. Okay,
Which
this
one?
one. How?
how to start. How to start? First, we click on the search button and then search MSW logo. Click on it, miss, and then will be few options on the title bar. On the title bar, miss, there will be a few options like file to save, and then like the title in the middle, so that can so the student can be draw a line, and then the comment you can type to tell the title, and set the background color on it, miss.
Okay, next. How do you explain this? The component.
Now, here we have a title bar, the menu bar. The menu bar we have file, zoom, help, set, and what is it? What is it? Bitmap, yeah. What is it?
Bitmap.
Bitmap. Okay, so the menu bar here, the bar that we can choose option to make a drawing, miss, and then from this one, from set, we can choose the color that we want to use in our background, and then for drawing we can use the turtle. This one, the turtle. This one will be moved whenever you are giving. They are whenever you are giving perintah, apa sih?
Instruction.
Yeah, instruction.
The step.
Yeah, whenever you are going giving the instruction, this turtle will be move and leave the lines behind of it, miss. Leave the lines, and then the vertical scroll bar. So in here, when we are going to drawing and want to make it bigger in the below, we can use this scroll bar by click on it 2 times and then scroll up and down. and then the horizontal scroll. So this one the vertical and this one the horizontal. The function is the same, but the place is different. Horizontal and vertical, miss.
The shape only.
The position.
Okay. We will continue to vocabulary. But summary point first, yes. Summary point first. Okay, please explain. Science. Okay. This one first.
Okay. Fossils are remains or marks of animals and plants from long ago. So even though they have extinct, means we still can be learn of the animals by using their fossils. We use their fossils as a resources to know what actually they are doing in the past life, and then how do they look like, and then what did they eat in their daily, and then how do they survive the extreme weathers. And then they form they form when buried under rocks and turn into stone slowly. So fossils are formed by buried under the rocks, and rocks, mud, and the sand, and then slowly that sand and the mud will be become hard and becoming stone mist, so that they are will be become a fossil when the mud is becoming a stone. And next, footprints in mud can become a fossil if they harden. Like I said before, the mud, when the animals step in for a long time, we just like that, it will be stone mist. So we can still see how the dinosaur footprints look like, because they have become a fossil, and because they have become a fossil from 1,000 years ago. Scientists study fossils to learn how ancient creatures live. So the people who is learn about fossils is called as scientists. These people is learn about fossil, not only dinosaur, but from the various animals that have been extinct and we and do not live anymore in this world. Miss. So they are going exploring to search the fossils to search the fossil and making a report about the extinct animal and learn how they look like this.
Okay, this one, Matt.
Okay, so you can use different measuring spoon like 1/2 tablespoon, 1/4 tablespoon to measure your ingredients. So for tablespoon is a measuring tool. Means, for example, if the recipes say that 1 tablespoon of honey, says means we need to use the big spoon, not the regular spoon. This spoon is used for measuring spoon whenever we are going to remake the recipes.
So the tablespoon, is it like the utensil that we use at home?
No, it's not a regular spoon, miss. Different.
Different. It's
bigger. Yes.
The tablespoon.
Yes, it's bigger.
2 times bigger than the spoon that we use at home.
I don't think 2 times, miss, but I think 1/2. I think.
Okay, next.
Okay.
Did you show the tablespoon? Is it in the book?
No.
No. I think you can show it so they know the tablespoon like how.
Okay. Okay. If a recipe needs 1 tablespoon, you can use 1/2 tablespoon to make it. So, like I said before, Miss, if we use tablespoon, it is a measuring spoon, Miss. So, we can, for example, if a recipe needs 1 tablespoon, you can use 1/2 tablespoon to make it. So it's balanced, Miss. And then to get 1 teaspoon using, this 1 teaspoon, the small one. Teaspoon using 1/4 teaspoon. We will need 4 of them because 4 times 1/4 is 1. So we need 4 times of tablespoon, Miss. For example, if the recipe say one, sorry. If the recipe say you need 1/4 teaspoon of salt, so we need 2 times them, Miss. 4 times 1/4 equals 1. So we need 2 times them.
Next.
Okay. Okay, you will learn how to compare and arrange fraction from the smallest to the biggest using numerators and denominators. So, how do we know about the smallest and the bigger? We can use the numerators and the denominators, Miss. For example, can I have the pen? For example, like here,
yeah, okay, you can.
Okay. For example, comparing, here I have for fraction 1.
Typos?
Okay.
Yeah, we must make it smaller. Okay. Okay, can you try?
Okay. So we can compare here. I will write for fraction. So it means 1/2, and then 1/5, 1/10, and 1/15. So,
Why must be there? Here can be. Okay, from here.
Okay, so here I have a fraction that is 1/15. Okay, and then 1/4, 1/2, and then 1/10. So how do we compare this one? Okay, from the denominator, Miss, if the bottom amount is largest, so the smaller the value will be, Miss. If this one, if the denominator largest the number, the value will be less. So it means the smallest from here is 1/15, and then we're going to 1/10, and then 1/4, 1/4, and last one is 1/2. So here I have arranged the fraction from the smallest until the largest. So it means when the number of the denominator is larger, the amount of the value will be less.
The amount of the value will be less.
Yes.
So how do you explain this? The amount of the value will be less.
Now this one different, Miss, because the
why?
numerator. Yeah, Miss?
Why? Just explain.
Okay, so in here, the greatest value of this fraction is 3/4, Miss.
Why? You said just now the value of the number will be less because the one denominator is more, it's bigger, right?
Yeah.
But here
is the numerator, Miss, because in the instruction in the book have said, Miss. Can you open that? The book.
Just explain this first. Just now, I haven't got. You haven't made it clear. How can be bigger than
Because we see from the numerator means the numerator is bigger than than what is it, the others numerator means.
Okay, then. Actually, I need more explanation, but it's okay. Next, we will move to vocabulary. It's okay, there, yeah. Make it fast. Okay, how education?
The education review means
There's no. So what will you do?
making a poster, making a poster
Making poster about?
about the poisonous plant.
About?
Poisonous plant.
Boy?
Poisonous plants.
Poisonous plant. Okay, science. Observe. What is observe?
Observe mean to learn and see carefully. For example, like checking how leaves, checking how leaves when you press them into a clay, how will they look like this? Usually, people who is observe the fossil is called as scientists. They will learn how do fossils look like from the past life.
Classify.
Classify means to group by shared by to group means to group by its types. For example, like the fossils. We can group of fossils by their shape and by their type so that it makes the scientists easier to organize them and the scientists can be compare each other of the fossils.
Shuffle.
Shuffle means to mix the cards before playing. So when we are going to play the fraction games with the fraction cards, we need to shuffle it first. We need to shuffle it first and pick it, miss.
Diagram.
Diagram is a picture that shows information. Usually, this, for example, like we draw a circle and divided it into four and set them into one. So the circle is 1/4 in a whole circle. Miss.
Fraction cards.
Fraction cards is cards that used for playing fraction games. So whenever we are going to playing the fraction games, we need this card to see the fraction number on it. It shows the number of the fraction is. So if we pick one, we will see which one is bigger and which one is smallest.
Equivalent.
Equivalent is the same amount of a fraction. For example, if we cut a slice of pizza into four and into out of four, it's the same as 1/2, miss.
Jangkauan.
Jangkauan adalah nilai atau selisih antara nilai terbesar dan nilai terkecil. Contohnya seperti nilai terbesarnya 37 dan nilai terkecilnya 31, maka jangkauan yang kita dapat adalah 6.
Frekuensi.
Frekuensi adalah berapa kali kemunculan data, miss. Contohnya seperti ada 11 siswa yang menyukai warna merah, maka frekuensinya adalah 11.
Jumlahnya ya?
Iya, miss.
Okay, I think that's all for the evaluation today, Miss. I have made a result here. For the date of the Mathematica, please make it later. And then the math explanation, I think you need to develop it more, explanation, to make it easier for the students to understand it. For the rest, I think that was clear. No, there's no problem. You could, like the homework, you could mention and explain, and then for the vocabulary also you remember and you could explain and develop it well. So you pass with good result. I think that's all. Thank you, Miss.
Okay.